Welcome back, fight fans. I'm your host, Joe Dirty 618, and of course, this is a 10 count. This week, we got a special edition. We mainly feature boxers on this channel, but today we got an MMA superstar headed your way. All right, so my man, Samurai, the Jamaican Samurai, is there anything you would like to tell him about yourself before we get into this interview?
Nope, just fighting his life. That's it, fighting his life.
Hey, I could dig it, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I know you were in the military, so first and foremost, thank you for your service. I really appreciate that.
Thank you as well. Yes, sir.
Hey, no problem, man. They paid me for it.
Yes, sir. Me too. Yes, sir.
All right, so what made you fall in love with MMA, and why MMA versus all the other combat sports out there?
Yes, sir. So I fell in love with MMA, honestly, because I just like how violent it was. Like I like that you could strike with everything, control them on the ground. And then I started at a young age. So it's just something that I just never stopped doing. It's kind of like when I got out of the military,
right?
You know how it is the first year, 2 years out, you don't really know what you're doing. So it was actually perfect that I was already fighting and I could just go straight back to it. Like I didn't have any lapse, and so it's just perfect.
Okay, so you were doing this before you joined the military?
Yes, sir.
You went right back to it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So did you fight it all in the military, or it was?
So while I was in, I actually got injured. So I didn't get to compete, but I was still training every single day. I was still going to jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing. I was still doing my thing every day. Every day. I did whatever I could.
All right, so my next question would be, who inspires you the most when you first started training?
When I first started training, I would have to say I was a really big fan of GSP. I'm a really big fan of people that make fighting look like art. So as much as I love the violent side and the gritty side of it, I like art. That's why I prefer to be a striker, because striking looks like art. It's like a dance.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
I can understand it. I'm of course I'm a boxing guy. I love boxing.
Yes, sir.
So I like knockouts, but I do like chess matches when you can see two great fighters in the ring.
Yes, sir.
Trying to set each other up. I love it. Like 12-round battles. I love that type of stuff. So I feel what you're saying. I totally get that. What is your favorite part of training camp?
My favorite part of training camp would honestly be probably the dog rounds. I like the dog rounds. Like going home, those rounds that make you go home and I don't know if I'm cut out for this. That's my favorite part of training camp.
Everybody's been there, but
yes, sir.
I saw you over at Legacy. You had
yes, sir.
Rounds.
Yes, sir.
A fresh guy jump in the ring after every round, man.
Yes, sir.
Mentally, it's rough too, but hey, you held your own, man.
Yes, sir. That's the perfect type of training too, because that's what it's like.
Okay.
That's what it's like. It's just constant pressure. So it's the perfect training.
It is. I get it. So how do you balance striking versus grappling in your training?
So with me, since I'm fundamentally a striker, what I try to do is I know I'm never gonna be a Division I wrestler, or I'm never gonna be the greatest Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioner who ever graced the sport, So what I try to do is I play into my strengths. So as a striker, when it comes to grappling, I'm mostly doing defensive grappling. So to keep myself from being taken down, control you on the cage, control you in the clinch, cut you with elbows. Like that's how I balance it, is using it to play a part of my game instead of trying to change who I am as a fighter and adapt to something that's not me.
Understandable. So instead of trying to become that or make yourself do something you're not skilled with, you work on defending that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, okay, I got you. So quick question, when you got a fight coming up and you're scouting fighters, do you pick apart their offense and tailor your training camp toward that fighter? Or you focus on you? I
focus on me as a fighter for the most part and fine-tuning my weapons. But then when it comes to my opponent, I'm looking for deficiencies. And specifically patterns, like how did you get there? And once I can figure out how you get there, I can force you into that position.
So similar to what I do in boxing, when we're sparring, if it's somebody I've never sparred, I've never seen before, first round, I'm usually just jabbing, trying to figure out what they're good at. And once I figure that out, I just take that away and just say, okay, he got a nice left hook. He's not hitting me with that again.
Yes,
you know what
sir.
I mean? So I get you. I understand, man. So, hey, I'm on the right track.
Yes, sir. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
So, what do you want fans to remember most about your fighting style?
My fighting style that above anything else, it's art. So when you see me, I'm trying to demonstrate art. I'm not trying to do anything else but be an actual martial artist. That's what I want fighters to remember.
Hey, I got you.
Yes, sir.
Tough question.
Yes, sir.
I know you're dealing with an injury.
Yes, sir.
How do you deal with setbacks or injuries personally?
Personally, okay. So my first thing is I acknowledge what's happening to my body, and then I completely ignore it. What I mean by ignoring it is I know it's there. Mm-hmm. I know it's injured. I know something's wrong, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find ways to work around it. So I try my best not to think about it at all. Like I try not to think about it, and usually the brain, I realize how the brain works. So if like you hurt your hand and you know that you hurt your hand, you're gonna move differently, behave differently, and fight differently. But if you hurt your hand, and you see a lot in fights, people will break their hands, but they got that dog in them, that adrenaline, and you can't tell. Right. And that's the same way I try to apply to training. If I get hurt, I'm obviously taking steps to recover and to heal, but when it comes to training, I'm not paying attention to that lingering injury at all. And then it helps having coaches that like, they know how to deal with it. So they know you're hurt, and the training that you're doing is tailored around that injury. So, and it's not just tailored around it. It's like, okay, if you had to go in a fight today with that injury, how are we going to move and work past it? And that's what helps a lot.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that sounds
Yes, sir.
You got to be mentally sharp to do something like that, man. But hey, my hat's off to you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I couldn't imagine, because I've seen fighters fight with broken hands. I'm like, how did they get through that? But you know, in boxing, they say after like 3 rounds, you don't feel it no more.
It's really just like they say, fighting is a battle of 2 wills. So whoever wants it more, regardless of what condition they're in, they're gonna find a way to win, and that's what it is.
Right there.
Yes,
that's
sir.
Game right there.
Sure.
All right. So if you weren't fighting, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't fighting, I'd probably be back in school for biotech engineering, trying to be an engineer. I love science, love animals, so I'd probably be doing something either with animals or orphans. I'm an orphan myself, so that's very important in my life. I want to start an orphanage. So that's what I'd be doing, just giving back.
Hey, that's good, man. Service before self.
Yes, sir.
I noticed that's the trend with a lot of military people, man.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know if it's something that they put inside of us or something we had before that, but I interview a lot of fighters. Most of them are prior military, and they all are giving back some type of way. So shout out to all you guys out there giving back, man. I appreciate it, and I salute you for it, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, so who's one fighter you study the most, and what have you taken from their game?
Okay, the one fighter that I've studied the most is probably Israel Adesanya. And the most I've taken from his game is body positioning and feints. It's very important. It's where your body is instead of me having to try so hard, I can cut distance and time in half by just using the right angles. And I learned that a lot from him. And then I learned a lot about how to overload the brain, because when you're fighting, the body's the vehicle and the brain is the driver. So you want to attack the driver. So you want to overload the driver with information. And I learned a lot. That's what those feints are for. And that's how I learned a lot of that from him.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, feints are important, man. In any type of fight.
Yes, sir.
Feints work. I feel like it's a lost style, man. A lot of people don't do it no more.
Everybody's
not fighting. Feints work, man. They allow you to see openings too, but
a lot of headhunters.
Work on your feints, man. Yes. Work on your feints. So my next question is, what's next for you in the MMA?
What's next for me in the MMA world? There's a guy, and he's making headlines. Mr. Rajat Jackson. We signed a contract to fight in May. It fell through. Stuff happened. But guess what? You in the media for the wrong things, and we need to get this together, my guy. Come crash out on me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Calling him out?
Yeah, come crash out on me.
You heard it here on the 10 count, man. Come see. Come see my guy, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I would love to see that fight. If it goes down, man, you know I'm in the building.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I don't care where it is. I am in the building. Hey, man, so that's a wrap on this week's 10 Count, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for inviting me, man. I really appreciate that. So I'm going to just check out real quick. All right, fight fans, that's a wrap on this week's 10 Count. Every champion starts somewhere, and we may just interview the next great champion of MMA. If you know any fighters that would like to be on this platform or you feel they should be on this platform, tag them below. And also, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share it. And until next week, keep your hands high and your hustle higher. Make it Samurai, I have some questions for you, some additional questions in this segment I like to call MMA Dream Matchup.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to throw some fighters out there. You tell me who would win and why. First matchup, I got Anderson Silva versus Izzy Adesanya.
They actually did fight. They did fight, and it was an interesting fight. It was a chess match. It wasn't the fight that I thought it was going to be. I thought Israel should have performed and got a finish, but I think that the mutual, one person's a legend and the other one looks up to the other one so much he really didn't want it. He was just happy to be in the cage with him. But realistic, if Anderson was back in his prime, Anderson would mop the floor with Izzy.
Ooh.
Yes.
Every fight is gonna be everybody in their
prime. Okay, yes.
But I didn't know they fought.
Yeah, they fought.
I did not know that. So.
Izzy beat him by points.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting to know. I gotta brush up on that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next, George St. Pierre versus Usman.
Ooh, okay. I am going to say George St. Pierre because of his ability to adapt, number one. Because George St. Pierre is more than a fighter. That dude is a computer. His ability to download information, him and his team. And then, I just think GSP would win because he has better striking. Kamaru Usman is a really good wrestler. He's a really strong guy, really good wrestler, but his boxing is not that good. That's why he got head kicked away over parrying. That's why he got head kicked. So GSP would beat him because he's overall a better fighter.
All right, so striking wins in that battle.
Striking wins that battle, and GSP takes that every time.
All right, so now I got a prime BJ Penn versus Charles Oliveira.
Prime BJ Penn versus Charles Oliveira. I honestly think that BJ, for some reason, and my brain tells me that BJ Penn would have won that fight. But I would have wanted Charles Oliveira to win that matchup. But BJ Penn would have won that fight. Because BJ Penn would have won. BJ Penn was more gritty, and then obviously, Charles has a history of, he has a history of quitting mid-fight. He does have a history of that. So I think BJ Penn would grind him out. And then also the other thing with it is Charles, most of his fights, he pulls guard when he gets hurt. You can't pull guard with BJ because he's going to finish you. Yes, sir.
So next one, we're going to go Fedor versus John Jones at heavyweight.
Ooh, that's the matchup that everybody's always want to do. Fedor. I'm going to be honest about that one. I personally believe that Fedor would have lost that. John Jones would have won that matchup. You got to think about it. Fedor, yes, is a better striker than John Jones. But the wrestling, right? Fedor combats some, but his wrestling is also really good. But John Jones' MMA wrestling is way better. His Greco-Roman wrestling is way better. Cage control is way better. He's way longer, and he just has more weapons as well. Fedor is going to come at you very two-dimensional. He's going to come at you with boxing or wrestling. That's really it. I think John Jones has more weapons to get it done, and he would get it done, probably in a violent fashion too. Elbows. I see it. Elbows.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Last one. Michael Venom Page versus the Jamaican Samurai.
Michael Venom Page versus the Jamaican. Honestly, I would Ian Gary him. I would hold on to, I'm not even a wrestler, but I'm going to hold on to those legs. And I'm going to cage control ground control time. I'm gonna hold those legs until I get a UD, unanimous decision. Yeah, so I'm gonna choose me. I'm bet on me. Yes, sir. I'm betting on me.
Thinking about this.
Yes, sir. I'm holding them legs. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Playing along, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.